What's up, y'all? It's your boy Chad Future, and you're watching Koogle TV. It's the best! Woo! Well, negative feedback, I do a lot of research on. And I do research on it because when you first have somebody tell you you suck, or to go kill yourself, or, you know, the worst stuff you've ever seen, the first time you have it happen to you, you wonder, what did I do wrong? You know, like, why do they feel this way about me? You know, like, why do they want to say this to me? You know, and so you start, well, at least me, I started researching hate comments because I wanted to find out, you know, like, is it me or is it them? And, you know, so, like, I guess what my conclusion was over the past 4 years is just that, like, most of the time it's them. It's not me. You know, they're having a bad day, or they have a problem in their life, and they're just reflecting it out to me or whoever else they're hating on. So, you know, the more research I do on hate comments, the less I care about it, but I'm still human, and so every now and then, they'll catch me on like a bad day, and I'll see something like, you know, whatever, go kill yourself, or something that's just really just like unnecessarily bad. And yeah, like I'll take it more close to heart than I should. And you know, that's just something that I think many like celebrities have to go through. And so again, that gives me comfort to know that literally any celebrity you know gets hate comments. And the more successful they are, the more hate they get. So for me, it's just always reminding myself that like, the more successful you get, they're gonna be there. It's not you, it's usually them. And if it really is something genuinely that I did wrong, that's something that, you know, maybe my family would tell me, but not somebody I don't know online. So I do my best to not let it get to me and to ignore it and to always take the high road. However, it is hard to take that road sometimes. So who's the artist I want to work with in K-pop most is definitely G-Dragon. If I can get all of Big Bang, bonus. But I think Big Bang and 21 are the artists that got me into K-pop, and I've always thought of them as just, you know, innovators, and they're, you know, real artists, you know, like they really like are in the studio producing all the time. I respect their artistry. You know, I think most people who know K-pop respect Big Bang and 21 and a lot of the YG artists. So yeah, I'd love to work with them for sure. In a way, I'm already there, because you can buy my albums on Melon and Bugs and Mnet and everything. So if you go to like any of the major Korean music sites, you can type in Chad Future and you can buy my stuff. You know, so I'm kind of already in the market. But as far as like moving to Korea, or, you know, like going in Ikigayo and all that stuff, and like going through like the classic K-pop formula, I just don't think it's for me. I think that system maybe works better for some people, but doesn't work for me personally. I've tried it, and I've been doing this now for like 3 years in this kind of like American K-pop world, and I just don't think the world is quite ready, and I don't think it's something that I really want, is to like move to Korea and go like all in with it. It just wouldn't be honest for me. I love K-pop, and I love Korean culture, and I love the videos and the music and the style. I do, I honestly love it. But it's not honest to me to move there and like become that. So I kind of just want to stay a fan, and I just want to let it keep inspiring me, and you know, play with it however I can, you know, whether it be working with some artists or you know, just watching a music video and just feeling that inspiration wash over me. You know, I'm just gonna kind of keep it, I think, in that distance. So Vendetta Studios basically is a production company, and that means that we make commercials and music videos for other brands and artists. So I kind of got my start as a director. And so I edit all my own videos. So every video you see, music videos, I edit that. So I know how to edit, I know how to shoot, I know how to, you know, run all the cameras, I know how to do all that stuff. And so I have a team around me, and that team also makes commercials you see on TV. and music videos you've seen for other artists. So right now we're working with like Coca-Cola, American Express, Cox Cable, and Cadillac. That's just some of the brands we work with. And so we do a lot of their TV commercials, their social media, their branded content. And that's, gratefully, that's been a way to help me fuel my taste for expensive videos, because I'm able to create these great campaigns for other companies, and thankfully, like I said, that pays money to let me do what I want to do creatively with my music. Because without that, I wouldn't have the big music videos and everything, and without my team, I wouldn't have the big music videos. So having Vendetta Studios has been, a blessing in my life, and it's something that I'm always going to have. I see Vendetta Studios as like, being something that's going to keep growing until I'm 100 years old. I want to keep making things for the brands. I love making things for the brands. And so, yeah, Vendetta is basically a way for me to be creative and help other people, and to give back to other companies really great content as well. So it's not just me. I mean, even if it is like Chat Future or me solo, it's really my team, like Vendetta Studios, because they help me to be who I want to be, and they help to make these visions come to life. So Vendetta Studios is really important. Yeah. Well, I really like Jeremy Scott a lot. I like Jeremy Scott for fashion because he'll take something like a shoe and he'll put like a wing on it, and now it's like a bird, or he'll take like a backpack and put like a face on it. So now the backpack is like turned into a thing. And that's something I've loved all my life, design-wise, is when they take something and they turn it into another thing. So I have like a backpack, and it's like a backpack, but it's a shark. And so it's like, the mouth is the teeth on the shark, inside is red, and then like there's two like buckles for the eyes, and it's like, wow, it's so creative that you took a backpack but you made it into a shark or something. So Jeremy Scott does it a lot, like where he'll take something but then he'll make it into another thing. Like you've seen girls, they have like phone cases and they look like mirrors or something. It's like, it's a phone case, but he turned it into like a thing. And that's really creative to me. So I love Jeremy Scott, and I really go online a lot to look for fashion, and I buy a lot of stuff from Korea because I feel like Korea is a leader in the fashion world. So even like small companies, they do really cool stuff. Like I find so much cool stuff, like Bart Simpson heads all over a sweater, and it's like you could never find that in America, So I would say like a lot of my fashion comes from Korea, and influenced by K-pop. Yeah, and kind of like hip-hop style. So like hip-hop and K-pop together is kind of my style. And it's gonna be something really different and fun that I don't think anyone's gonna expect. Well, I would say this. Me as a person, I'm still influenced by K-pop. And so inside of me, I have those images, like I have every music video in my head. And so I think just automatically, like having me touch a project, it's gonna have a little K-pop influence. I really love giving advice to people because I feel like it's a way that I can give back and, share knowledge. And I wish people told me some stuff when I was getting started too, but basically the best advice I have for anybody that wants to get into the entertainment business is to just start doing it and get it out there, like use YouTube like as your platform. It's free, it's there. Like if you want to be a singer, just start filming videos on YouTube and put it up. If you want to be a dancer, film yourself dancing and put it out there. Like that's the best way to do it, is just to get started and don't think about the perfect moment, because there's no perfect moment. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to be perfect, and you're never going to be completely prepared. So the best thing to do is just to start doing it. You're never going to, if you're waiting for the perfect moment, it's never going to happen, and you're never going to do it. So it's important just to start now and learn along the way, and you're going to make mistakes just like every other artist made mistakes, and that's fine. But people will get to grow with you then, and you'll start to make a fan base along the way, and you'll get to really experience what you love as you do it, instead of thinking about it or studying it. And I think it's important everybody believes in themselves, to believe in themselves and to make sure your visions are very clear of where you're going. You know, you gotta have like your map, like you're sailing a boat. You gotta know where the boat's going. If you don't know where the boat's going, you're just gonna be lost at sea. So you gotta have your map, gotta know where you're going, and you know, just visualizing that is important. Hey guys, it's me, Chad Future. Thanks for watching the interview. I love you, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And go for your dreams.
My last girl was the best girl, then you came, girl, better than the rest, girl.
I thought my last